I would like to put some things into perspective to set the foundation for our analyst, that's Barrister Tim Beseha and Barrister Fru Johnson, before we talk. I know that Cho Ayaba loves when he's been spotlighted, but we cannot avoid the need to keep our people informed, because when you know how to, or probably use the English or the Queen's language, which is something our people at the home front might not understand the manipulation, it's important and it is the duty of this interim government to come and make some corrections. I first of all would like to thank the office of Secretary Martin Mungwa for taking out time to communicate with the Nigerian press. That's a work that has been done this week very largely, and we're hoping to have the president again meeting the press globally starting next week. There is an extraordinary cabinet meeting. I hope these discussions will be carried on during that meeting with the cabinet. It's a briefing for the year. Now, Cho Ayaba, the notorious supposed activist calling himself a leader within the Ambazonian liberation movement, has again, like you've just heard in that report, made the illegal or the ill-fated decision to collaborate with a faction. Take note, I say a faction of the Biafran separatist movement, that is IPOP. This collaboration is proving to be detrimental to Amazonia, especially during this time of war. It is important, furthermore, to state that Cho Ayaba's indiscriminate collaboration demonstrates a lack of diplomatic intelligence in the field of international relations. It is also a proof of him being an egotic fellow. It is not in the best interest of the people of Ambazonia, as they do not necessarily benefit from the Biafra as a movement at this time. A movement that in itself is unable to protect its own interest within Nigeria. Does this seem to suggest that the people of Ambazonia do not sympathize with the Biafra cause? I don't think so. It is not in my place right now to give you that answer. But I think that the right to self-determination is a human right, not necessarily given by the institutions that be, but it is a human right that was given by God. So the interim government distancing itself from any of such alliances does not seem to suggest that they are against people's rights of self-determination. But we need to make a distinction and why strategically Ambazonia should not be a part of the Biafran movement at this time. The Ambazonian liberation movement is not a separatist movement. You must understand this. It is an endeavor by the Ambazonian people to actualize their restored independence that was unjustly taken away from them in 1961. An understanding of this by any technician, you heard Barrister Mbese saying that. I'm going to bring them very soon. An understanding of this basic and the simplest definition of our movement right now should advise anyone who calls himself a leader on how to prosecute the struggle, either at the home front or in the international scene. It should advise us on who to make a partner, how to make the partnership, or what to say publicly. I remember during presidential campaigns, McCain told something as a veteran in diplomacy, told Obama something that was right. Senator McCain, John McCain, told Obama, there are some things you do and you don't say. Now, the Biafran struggle for self-determination is based, the Ambazonian struggle for self-determination is based on a legitimate desire to regain our autonomy and sovereignty that was stripped away by colonial powers. It is in international law we are recognized as a nation, but the Biafran movement is not recognized as a nation. This places us at two different levels or class when it comes to collaboration. However, Cho Ayaba's decision to align with the IPOP seems to be driven more by a disregard for the consequences and the misplaced sense of whatever we can achieve, or the strategy and plan of achieving Ambazonia's goal. Collaborating with IPOP is proving to be a grave mistake for the Ambazonian movement. Firstly, the alliance with the Biafran movement is not, take note, Cho Ayaba purported alliance with IPOP is not an alliance with Biafran movement, because there are other factions of the Biafran separatists that are fighting against Ambazonia within the borders. This is an information the Cho Ayaba will not tell you. We celebrating the victory of Nnamdi Kanu, or we think that it is good for the entire Biafran separatists that they have a victory in court. But the interest of Ambazonia at this time is primordial. So collaborating with IPOP is a grave mistake. Firstly, the alliance with Biafra diverts attention and resources away from the urgent needs of Ambazonia. And I'm talking about resources, I'm talking about our human or national resources or international resources. You heard the president was saying that separation is not a very popular stuff. Cameroon is trying to impose that idea that we are a separatist movement, and that can jeopardize our argument. Now, conforming or aligning with Biafra indiscriminately gives them grounds to narrow down our debate at the Security Council or in any platform where we are fighting as we speak right now. Something of great importance that I think we must know is that in the field of international relations, Cho Ayaba's collaboration with IPOP showcases a low diplomatic IQ. Diplomacy is all about strategizing and working towards the best outcome for one's own nation or movement. It requires a deep understanding of the dynamics between various actors on the global stage and crafting alliance that can yield tangible benefits. Ayaba Cho's decision to collaborate with IPOP seems impulsive, seems naive, and ignoring the long-term consequences. In fact, short-term consequences, because even as I speak to you right now, Nigeria can measure on that to inflict mayhem on our refugees who are running for their lives. Just what is happening now. It's a potential backlash arise from this relationship. I'm talking about a relationship between Ambazonia as a sovereign nation with Nigeria as a nation. The people of Ambazonia deserve a leader who can effectively navigate the complex world of international relations and prioritize their interests above all else. So you want to ask yourself, what is the rationale behind Ayaba Cho's alliance? Cho Ayaba's misguided alliance with IPOP not only fails to serve the best interest of Ambazonia, but also undermines the movement's fight for independence. It is crucial for Ayaba and other Ambazonian leaders, or those who call themselves leaders, to reassess their approach, especially when they are claiming or purporting to be Ambazonians. If you are focused on restoring an independence that has been stolen, or the autonomy of Ambazonia, then partnership with IPOP is ill-advised. Let me